gitu loh, paham nggak sih? Hey, you guys go to Lembang, enjoy the view of Lembang, ngasih makan rusa, enjoying the apa namanya udara sejuk di Lembang. You can visit to Bukit Vista property there as well. So kayak gabungin experience yang ada di Bandung, yang ada di Lembang, dan promote our property as well. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay.
Back to you, sir.
Jocelyn, if I may, this is also important, everyone. When you think about marketing, don't get locked into a particular channel, okay? You really need to start thinking of your channel as tools, but not as like the entire scope, okay? So let me give you an example here. Let's say this goes back to what we were just talking about with the email distribution too, right? Email is a channel, but don't get too locked into email. What else can you do in this particular case to share Ghani's enthusiasm of distributing this? Well, do we have the WhatsApp contacts of past guests that have traveled from Jakarta? We probably do, right? Because they work in HAR. We just asked HAR, hey, would you be happy to share this piece of information to the last 50 guests that came from Jakarta in the past 2 months? And just compile their things and send it out to them. I'm sure they would be a target audience, right? And on top of that, you might be able to even offer a special deal for the first person who shares or who comes and stays at the property, okay? So that can be a very smart thing that we do. Not thinking about, oh, I need to share everything through Instagram, but why don't we go, once again, like an advocacy, right? Go to the audience that already has a good impression about Bukit Vista. Go to that kind of warm community family that we already have. Don't just think of WhatsApp as an operational channel. No, it's also a marketing channel because it's intimate. Somebody has already known you, and they won't block you. I mean, it's like they're getting something that's valuable to them. So don't forget about that, everybody. And I would highly, I'd like to. In fact, I don't want to just suggest it. I want to see it. I want to see us distributing this particular thing through WhatsApp back to some of our past guests because they're most likely going to be, okay, if I had a good experience with Bukit Vista and Bali, now they're in Bandung, I'll probably have a good experience again, right? So that's one. Two, I find your approach here to be really interesting, Jesslyn, because you're sharing the authentic review, the good and the bad, actually. So that's actually kind of interesting in a way. So once again, you have to actually try to get an engagement going also, ideally with the person who left the review. Did the person who left that review engage with their review?
They did actually. I posted this twice because I had to edit something. On the first post about this review, the person I tagged here actually liked it back.
Okay, great. Did you ask them a question?
No.
If you asked them a question, then they might have actually given you a response, right?
Right.
And then that would have generated more engagement too, right? You could have the back and forth on that one. So remember, it goes back to two hands, right? When we do our fighting in social media, we punch with two hands. One is what is your content strategy? And two is what is your engagement strategy? If you only have a content strategy, it's like you are only fighting with one hand. If you have both, then you have both, right? So you need to think about, okay, now that I have good content out there, how do I get people to actually engage with it? How do I get them to comment? How do I get them to share? How do I get them to, activate? And an easy way is just to go to people who give a care. They actually, oh, okay, this is something about me. Okay, well, yeah, sure. I would like to engage on that one. And even ask them, hey, now that you commented on it, would anybody else be happy to see this, right? Like the Bandung post. Maybe we have guests. You can talk to Vidya and the data scientist that came from Bandung, and you can tag them and say, "Hey, Bukit Vista is in Bandung now. You're first property here. Would you like to be our first guest?" And they would be like, oh, cool. I'll go there this weekend, right? And then you get a roll started again, right? Like think about how exciting Buck Me GM would be if it opened up in your neighborhood. Why are people excited about it? Because they have an association with the brand. But you have to know that it's there. So once again, engage, and then that kind of engagement pulls more people in, and it gets your social media really rolling. All right.
All right, thank you, sir. Regarding the first Bandung property, I'll have to check the availability first before proceeding with the idea. But thank you for the suggestions.
Yeah.
I think that's all from me. Next, maybe over to Reza.
Okay, from me, I have a project with Kalilis about a partnership with third parties, and Kalilis told me to send first 5 messages via WA, and this is the insight: 3 read, 1 respond, and 1 until discussion via call. I call the like key photography from Gianyar Bali in this morning at 9, and here is the summaries call, and the first summaries is chance to provide photography package like a product, private and wedding, and the second they have client from foreign to in product, video, and also wedding. And then they have client who wants to stay in unique villa in Bali, and they also offer to us about property photography with their model. And the last, they want to plan a meeting with BV team offline in Bali, maybe in Bali, to discuss further partnership change about a property package in photo, video, and also the wedding venue. And that's all.
All right, over to the floor.
Jocelyn, can you scroll up a little bit? So, okay, I saw on the green one ya, salam dari Bukit Vista, bla bla. I like to see the read more. Apa itu? Kayak, itu kan message-nya belum selesai di situ aja ya Reza ya. Itu berarti masih panjang lagi. Ya nggak sih?
Yeah.
Can you show us the complete message?
Oh, okay. Wait.
Do you update it on Trello or somewhere else that we can take a look on it?
Okay, wait. I'll share in the chat, maybe.
Which chat, Reza?
In here, in whereby.
Okay. Okay. Ini potensial mengirimkan contoh dari properti. Okay. So let's start to the floor. Everyone here. So perhaps I don't know, Haris, what do you think about this Reza's message to the partner?
I think the benefit part is already very good, which is explained like akses promosi di berbagai properti. I think if I put myself in the photographer position, I would like to work. Oh yeah, I would definitely do agree to this. Yeah, I think that's all from me, Mus.
Thank you, Haris. From Kak W.
Yeah, for me, yeah, the same as Karis. The benefits is actually already good, but the greetings or the like opening part is, I think, too long. I mean, for the perspective of the reader, maybe I don't really want to read that long. So yeah, that's my feedback.
Okay, good, Kak W. Jocelyn?
It's 16 hours.
From my side, I think I could share a little bit on the approach that our online canvassing team uses. So instead of providing the whole information in the chat, we would like to just introduce ourselves briefly and then make them curious about us enough, they would like to start a conversation with us through telephone so that we can explain things better, and we could also clear up misunderstandings that might come up if we made it in the form of a very long text. So that's what I was taught in online canvassing. So rather than just uh, giving them a bunch of information and let them interpret it by themselves, we would like to encourage them to be curious first, and then explain the details of the partnership that we would like to offer with them through telephone or through a meeting even. That's all, Simas.
Okay, good. I'd like you, Jesselyn, to give the example of your message of online canvassing in that coda, so everyone can learn, especially Reza in this case, perhaps to reiterate his message, perhaps following your technique, Jesselyn. Sounds good?
I'll try to check first because usually the online canvasser and the approacher is two different people, but
Yep.
I'll see if I can find some examples later.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Is there anything else? Okay. If
Yeah, the last one, I think, Mr. Zing.
It's
Yes, sir.
been said pretty well already. So Reza, this is, as your team is telling you, this is a very elementary approach to online canvassing. Jesselyn's already got the good thing. Yeah, no, nothing needs to be added. Just follow what Jesselyn does.
All right. Thank you, sir. So Reza, I'll try to find an example for you later. Yeah. I think we have a guide for approachers as well. Okay, that's all from Reza. Lastly, from Kak Wei, can you tell us what you've got for here?
Yeah, it's just two examples of the XPO activity that I recently do. It's from Rumah Noni and Hyarta Residence in Jogja. So my discovery is that turned out I was searching for the property first time, like before I refresh the listing, and then for example, like the Rumah Noni one is appear on third page search view, but after I tried to refresh the listing, like change the title or change the hero photos or rearrange hero photos and other else, it changed from the third page to first page. So I think it's one of the effective tool to like increase our view, maybe, and maybe more than that. That's all from me, actually.
All right, thank you, Kawe. So that was very interesting. So maybe those of us who are working on SPO and Airbnb could probably use this method as well, yeah, to increase the SEO of our property. Is there anything else anyone here would like to add? Offer to the floor if there's none. All right, thank you, everyone. Gareth, have you written down the actionables for us in the next meeting?
Yes, I did. Later on, I will put in the conclusion. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Please tag each of us, yeah, regarding the actionables. Okay,
Sure.
everyone. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting. And see you next week.
Oh wait. Let
Oh
me
yeah,
share
sir.
something. A few
Oh yeah,
summaries.
right.
I know this is
The
one a little bit
contact.
overtime, but there's a few good takeaways I want everybody to remember today. Okay. One, there's a principle of using combined channels that I saw today to actually get results. For example, Gunny's idea of using Facebook then to generate email contacts, that's a use of combined channel. Okay. Facebook to website to email, these are really interesting ways that you can connect different stages of the experience together to get you the maximum impact. Okay. The other idea was like, let's say on, don't forget about WhatsApp. Okay. You have something that is working really well. You have a release on Instagram. Can you actually then direct our past people who know us through WhatsApp to then go to Instagram and be aware that we have this particular update in Bandung? Okay, so this idea of using multiple channels is very available. All right. The other thing is I don't want everyone to forget about when you're doing well. A lot of times we give negative feedback here, right? You're not doing good enough. You need to do better here. But I'm also here to tell you that let's move to a world where we inspire delight. where we're just talking about how to make great things even better. Okay, that's a very positive direction we can go. So remember, if you do see something working, dedicate more resource to it. If you're doing ads, that could be more money. If you're or more creativity on a particular idea that works. If you're doing something else, it could be, let's say, SPO, right? Way you notice that SPO is working, so maybe do it to more things, and then it will start getting more listings to work. Whatever you're doing well, be knowledgeable and conscious, right? That you're doing it well, and do more of that. And whatever's not doing well, do less of that, because at the end of the day, we want to get results. Everyone here is paid according to results. And you don't want to burn out work. You don't want to spend 80% of your time doing things that only get 20% of the result. You want to do the opposite. You want to do 20% of your time getting 80% of the results. Okay, so don't go down the wrong pathway once you've already discovered the right pathway. That's something I see that happens quite a bit. Okay, and the last thing, I found Megan's contact. So I didn't just find one; I found it 3 times. So you could probably just okay. Here's apparently Megan. This is the Megan that we know. She's got 1, 2, 3 phone numbers here. If that isn't enough, she has a Bali phone number over here too as well. And yeah, so those are the contact, and she has another contact over here. So she has like about 5 phone numbers that are scheduled or scattered all over the internet. And I just found it by just going Megan Pappenheim phone, right, on Google. And this came up on page 2 of search. Okay, so here, I'll just share it with Jocelyn, but you know what? I'm not even gonna share it. You're just gonna have to find it on your own, okay? But a Google search for what you're looking for, I think you can find it, right? If you can't find it, here's just to give you some more ideas too as well. All right, here, I've even contacted Bali Spirit Festival, right? And taking a hint from Reza, look, I didn't hit Bali Spirit Festival with a long blah, 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 right? I just hit them with, hey, I was a sponsor in the 2012 Bali Spirit Festival. They wrote back some auto reply stuff. Could I ask for Megan's contact for further partnership information, right? Just keep it very simple, to the point, and that way you're likely to get a response. If I wrote, hey, I'm Jing from Bukit Vista, I'm the CEO, blah, 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 blah. We have 150 properties and I want to do this. They probably won't read it. They probably just think it's spam, especially if that's my first move. So I just keep it simple, keep it like very light, and ask for the information, okay? And that's a stronger approach than overwhelming somebody with too much information. Okay, so I've covered it in 3 ways. And I think one of those ways will probably work out. But this is actually just more of an example for everybody to learn from. All right? So, okay. Good luck and have a great week.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank